Hey, what's going on, people? This your blind buddy, coming at you with some more of my jibber jabber or flabber shabber or whatever you call it nowadays. I just getting on here wanting to talk again. It's on a Friday morning, getting up, you know, wee hours of the morning, and it come across me, about what we looking like, what we want to look like in a world that don't last very long, you know. You ever think about that?
What we want to look like in this world that's not going to last very long?
Yeah.
What's your outside plinkle?
It ain't so much as that. It get to me, man. It gets deeper. It just go a lot. It says now, I guess, because I'm getting older. It go more into the spiritual part of it. Well, the life that we're supposed to be looking for is supposed to be the life that lasts forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
The life that lasts forever is what, what do you look like when you seeking that life? You know what I mean? Yeah, what do you look like here when you're seeking a life somewhere else?
Odd.
If you look like what you want to look like here, then in this world, it seems like it like you. When you seek the life more here, you focus on what you look like here more. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, I gotta look the part. If I want to look like godly, I gotta look the certain part. What about it? What if you couldn't see yourself? I was thinking about that. I'm blind. I can't see myself. What do I look like? I ain't seen my face in over 2 years. Well, just about 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I look like. So, but at the same time, I know I see a different life than the life that's on this planet.
Right.
And I don't see nothing. But that life that I see there, I'm like, well, it's a different look than it is him. So I ain't really concerned about what I look like him. But whatever I would look like to the people here, it will dictate the treatment that I get because I ain't looking like what this world evidently says I'm supposed to look like. To be a person that would seek a life that God said all of us can get in abundance in the forever. In the forever, do you know what you look like forever? I guarantee you won't look like what you look like him. Because if you look like what you look like him forever, you don't even know what that look like tomorrow. You wake up with half your jaw gone. what if you had to look like that forever? You ain't gonna want to look like that the rest of your life on this planet. But what if you had to look like that forever? So you run around on this planet where it's only temporary, worry about what you're gonna look like, and then not even paying no attention to what kind of life that you want to live forever. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're more focused on what you look like here. Because when the world is happy with you, then you must look like what the world say you're supposed to look like. But what kind of life are you living to look like that? You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And most people ain't thinking about that. They claim this is my future, but what? How can it be your future if you already living it? You understand what I'm saying?
In the present.
Yeah. How can if you were to get everything that you wanted in life today, would that be your future? I mean, I asked the question, would that be your future? You know what I mean? Because what would you have to work toward or look forward to if you had everything you wanted today?
Right.
So we live in a world where we want that instant gratification, but you want a future that'll last forever. Okay. If you get it, then how's it gonna last forever? What kind of future could you possibly have? You know what I mean? It ain't the journey the journey is it ain't the destination, it's the journey. You understand what I'm saying? It's the journey to the future. Because if you ever get to the future, where would you go after that? You don't know how far the future, you don't know how far the future goes. So the best part of waking up is waking up. When you don't wake up no more, then you can know where you don't have a future. But if you focus on what you look like, trying to get to a place where you ain't even studying trying to get, then where's your future? Where does your future lie? Solely in your looks. And when your looks fade, so do you. Because you wasn't seeking a life, you were seeking looks. You were more focused on what you look like, trying to find a forever life. When you should have just been looking for the forever life and then focus on what it looked like and what it looked like with you in it, rather than what you look like trying to find it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I you know, and I'm like, well, you know, I wonder if people think about things like this. Yeah. Would I be thinking like this if I had sight? Probably not. Because, you know, when you don't have nothing to visually focus on, all your focus is on what's on the inside.
What you think?
Yeah. What goes through, and that somebody else might not. Okay, well, I just got slowed down enough where I can say some things that somebody else might not even be thinking about too. I'm like, man, when you get up and you go through all the things that you go through trying to make yourself look like something that's presentable to a world that really ain't studying you otherwise. Because all you got to do is slip one little bit in that idea of perfection that you put off that makes the world accept you. You know what I mean? The moment you perforate one of them lines that you walking in, you're going to find out where the rubber meets the road at. And it don't take long. And everybody struggle to try to stay in this line that nobody can keep up with, really. And they start looking like they being drugged. Because you know when you take a pen that's about out of ink, it start out making a good line until it starts fading out. You know, then you try to go back down that same line, guess what? You can't start the same way, because guess what? You were fading out before you started. You just started out good. You don't get to come back and look just as strong as you did starting out. You're going to look like you dragging ink rather than putting it down. You know what I mean? Before you can get back to the place to where you started at, the way it look like you have a solid foundation of ink. And let God fill you back up so you can continue down the path and never run out. You know what I mean? That's where the forever life run at. You worry about what you look like standing there to prepare to make a mark, but you ain't paid no attention to the fact that you about out of ink. So you better make sure that you're being filled up the right way before you go prancing off into worrying about what you look like. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because it don't matter what you look like if you can't find nowhere to go to look like it. Yeah. Hey man, I wanted to drop that piece of fish in the grease, man, and see if anybody wants some crispy. Get some of this here fish, man. It's for everybody. Yeah, get you some of it and let me know how you like it. If you like it, I'll cook some up. If not, then give it back and I'll eat it. Hey man, it's your blind buddy, man. We out.